Clear that message from your screen if you wish, or leave it there for the whole meeting.
Hi, Joy.
Eric, you can't have that.
Hello, everyone. It's 6:30 something, maybe 6:35, 38, and the meeting's going to start now. Thank you for being here. I'm pleased that the special topic with photographers commentary continues to be well received, and we have quite a few entries that the maker will be talking about tonight. Valley Photo Club's founding sponsor is Valley Cultural Foundation. You can visit valleycultural.org and vote on this side of music. Photo contest entries they received since May 10th are now being voted on. It runs through till June 1st. Go to vote for your favorite photo, or in some cases, the person you want to win the prize money. We have 22 photos to view tonight, 14 in the open category and 8 in the pairs category, where the maker will tell us about the photo and or the process of the photo they entered. After this viewing, we will hear from our presenter on light painting. Tonight, photos receiving an 8, a 9, or a 10 will be published in the Tuesday Newsday newsletter. This includes the special topic photo entries. I wish to thank Bill and Elaine for their behind-the-scenes scorekeeping and assistance they offer me before, during, and after these meetings. We will begin now with a slideshow of the entries for tonight. Immediately following the slideshow, Helene will announce the photo entries. So let's begin.
Good night.
Took care of it. Thank you.
Oh, they're terrific tonight.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
Are we ready to have a meeting?
Okay.
Everybody's ready?
Go for it.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
E.
Bridal shop on Ventura.
I really like this picture. I want to say that other than that one shadow in the center, which I'm sure that's a distraction from something else somewhere else in the room, I just like it, and I like how it's drawn right to the mannequin, and I like that it's in black and white.
Me too. I like it in black and white.
It is amusing that the bride has no hair, however.
Might be nice to take down the harsh light after the shadow,
Yeah,
because that your eye just goes right to that bright spot.
yes. Digital
Excellent,
art.
excellent, excellent idea there. Yeah, it would even that out.
And
Nice job.
amazingly, the mannequin dresses really nice, and I can see detail in it, but the detail up front of the picture is really amazing. To get those laces and the frills of the dresses is kind of cool.
It's a rather long exposure, if you've noticed, taken at f8 and
Yes.
very high ISO. This is a phenomenal picture for looking at the technical aspects of it.
Yes, yes, I agree.
Especially, let's consider that this was handheld. I don't know if it were or weren't.
Was it handheld?
I'm guessing it.
It was.
Oh,
Sorry, this is Dorota. Yes, it was handheld. I
would-
did not.
Yeah,
I did not have a tripod at the time.
I give you 10
The
points
lens-
for that.
The lens has OSS, so it means the lens is stabilized. And depending on the capability of the stabilization, it can go anywhere from 3 to 5 stops. So
Beautiful picture.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to go with the polling in a moment here, once I can find it. Always hard to find it the first time. There we go. I'm going to end the polling and share the results with you.
Yes,
Elaine, Bill, we have an
look at
8.
that.
This photo received an 8.
Who gave the 5? I have to ask the question because I see nothing as a professional that is a 5 in this picture. I'm just putting that out there. I just don't see.
Hold on. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. And we can't,
Okay.
no, we can't comment on that because then they won't give their true opinion. And we're not here to criticize, we're here to praise. And if someone felt it was only worth a 5 and they don't want to speak of it, well, that's what it was a 5 for them, not for you, not for me, not for somebody else.
for me either.
And
We've
not
got
on
to-
the picture.
We've
I
got to
don't
allow
understand
people
that.
to make their own choices here. I have to stress that strongly.
It has
I
to be
appreciate-
educated, Jay. I'm sorry. It
I
has to be
appreciate your
educated.
opinion, but they're allowed to have, for that exact reason, they don't have a professional opinion. They have their own likes and dislikes. They're biased. They don't like weddings. Whatever it is, that's fine what they did. Notice that the score is an 8.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Coffee break.
Oh, Norman Rockwell.
I love this.
I love it. Wow. It's Norman
beautiful.
Rockwell painting.
The light, oh, man. And you can read the newspaper.
What's that?
The newspaper.
It says coffee break.
And look at all those bottles of booze in the back. It's just flavoring.
Right.
That could be an art picture.
And it's the green Tabasco, which is a sign of class. It's not the red Tabasco.
What'd you say?
It's the green Tabasco, not the red Tabasco,
Oh,
which is a good sign. I love this picture. It's a great picture.
I think so too.
Me too. Excellent.
Wow, this was just so fortunate. What a catch.
Great lighting.
environmentally, it's just, to me, it's beautiful. It's perfect.
Really nice the way that he's lit so that you have no question about the subject at all. And he's lit very, very nicely.
Oh, shoot, I thought it was the newspaper that was the subject. I'm sorry. Just kidding, I'm really kidding. I couldn't
Oh.
resist saying that.
I just like all the details, even his suspenders, the little rim around his hat, the little ribbon, all of it just makes you just keep looking at it. And
I just had my monitor calibrated, kind of, sort of by Color Monkey, and I see a little bit of salmon color in the hat this guy is wearing.
Mhm.
So if you're not seeing a little bit of salmon color in it, then maybe you're not calibrated, and maybe you're not seeing the picture the same way everybody should. So the red on that Tabasco sauce, the cap, is Tabasco red to me. It's not a shade of red that looks like Heinz 57. It's not a shade of red that looks like Campbell's soup. It is definitely Tabasco red.
Yeah.
Apparently you're an expert on Tabasco.
Well, I have the bottle sitting next to me right now.
The green one has a green top? Is that what it is? I like the green. I prefer the green.
Anyone that says green is probably colorblind. My husband is.
Green?
What I like about it is the complete tonal range that they're capturing.
Yes.
Was that handheld or was that on a tripod? Probably handheld. See in that back room up above the cabinet?
Yep.
And as Jay points out, the variation of the tone of the hat.
Mm-hmm.
And look into the blackest, darkest areas you can find. There's detail there.
Absolutely. Good point. I'm going to end the polling. I'm going to share it. We have a 9.
nice. Well,
Lynn, bite your tongue.
Yes,
Say anything
sir.
about the 6 or the 7, okay?
Yes, sir. Ow.
Ooh, what happened here?
Dinner.
it became a pair.
No, I'm sorry, I don't understand why that is up there like that. But I'm going to try with my mouse scroll wheel to get it where it belongs and just go on because I can't deal with technical difficulties. I'm a
I don't
computer
know
guy.
how the person got that close.
Wow.
Can you say telephone?
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you'll notice, he's also looking at the photographer and licking his lips.
Sure enough.
Yes,
This may have been the
yeah.
last photo taken by that guy.
That's why I was scared when I looked at it. I thought it was going to charge.
Somebody found the camera and sent that photo into me.
Wow.
Wow.
Dinner time.
Well, I can tell this is not taken at the zoo. I'm seriously. And the environment is so in tune with the color tones of the animal in itself. It's just to me just like it is, just like you see it.
Quite reminiscent, Lloyd, quite reminiscent of Sepulveda Basin with the burnout here, huh?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, I haven't seen the cheetah yet, but they're pretty well camouflaged.
Yeah.
Good one, Lloyd.
I understand they never prosper.
Cheaters.
Good one. That's a good one.
Oh,
I don't know.
I just want to say, I think this is a great capture. And I'm looking at, is that the lens size, 18 to 200?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Hey, I'm saying that this person was pretty close.
Shot at 120.
That's really interesting. And I noticed a lot of these are cameras.
It's not 18 as in full frame. The 18 to 200 is a crop sensor lens. So that
Right.
means that the 18 is like a 28.
Got it.
So, and it is a crop sensor camera. It's a 7D, so that's a crop sensor.
Right. Thank you, Noam.
Yeah, thanks on that.
So a shot at 180, right?
We're
That's
pretty close
still-
to it.
Yeah, that's close.
Still too close for me.
Yeah, I think it is. A great picture.
The fact that he's licking his lips, that's really cool.
There
Huh?
is a way to use a radial filter or a radial mask to give the cheetah just a little more light, and the same thing with the dead impala to make them stand out even a bit more. But it's a lovely shot.
You have an 8?
Yes.
Nice.
I hope I can get to sleep tonight.
I agree with Lloyd. We could also use the dodging and burning tool in Lightroom to do the same thing.
And in Photoshop.
Yeah.
Right?
With Photoshop, in Photoshop,
can.
it's I would do it through masking.
Okay, Dubrovnik.
Oh, wow.
Very nice.
I often wanted to know what that place looked like. Thank you.
Wow.
It's fascinating. It really is. You have to climb up to get some shots, and you have to climb a wall to really see the.
Beautiful.
That's quite a picture.
Just gorgeous.
Isn't that nice? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the color of the water.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
The see-through-itness of the water.
Yeah.
I don't see any plastic.
No, it's not LA.
No pollution,
Oh, it's
Jay.
not LA.
Not a floater in the sea.
On a slight technical note, I wish, but I can understand if you have to climb up. I just feel that it's a little bit cut off on both sides. Like in my imagination, I can see the roundness of the city.
Oh, somebody's going to give a 5.
300,000 people live there, and it's all like that.
Wow.
Lynn, on the right, you can't, you're gonna have to cut it off. I just think that little dock or whatever it is could have been,
Right.
you know, if that was,
I'll be honest with you, I couldn't get it all in.
Yeah.
That's a 35
First,
millimeter
I was-
lens.
At first, I was wondering if it's the way everybody is set up on my right side here on the Zoom.
No, that's not it. That's your side-by-side. You can make that panel on the right-hand side. There's a little thing in the middle of it next to my name. Well, maybe my name isn't there on yours, but you
Two
can
vertical bars.
you can move that little vertical bar over to the right and get 1 column instead of 2, but
Oh,
you'll see the
okay.
photos the same size.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You will see the photos the same width. It will have the same content.
All right.
One thing you can do when you're in that situation with a small lens is you can do a pano and shoot like 4 shots and then stitch together.
And stitch together a very small portion of it too. You don't have to go the whole photo width.
Yeah, you can. It's always nice to have more and then be able to crop into what you really want.
That's a great idea. And in doing the pano, turn your camera this way. And that way it's you get a nicer picture.
Let's not forget, she was traveling. She took a
Still
photo.
nice.
She made a good
Right.
effort. And hindsight is always 20/20.
and I think if you're gonna look at all those buildings, you're gonna have some cut off on the side. I think only if that pier ends right by the side, I would have moved it over a little bit, but otherwise, you're gonna have to cut off some of the city. And if you went all the way back and you could fit it in, then you couldn't see all those buildings as clearly as you do now.
Yeah, they're pretty sharp.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's a difficult photo to take with a 35 mm lens.
Mhm.
And the fact that you had to climb a wall, which was in your way before you had vantage point.
Right.
I think also,
I'm only 5 feet tall.
I think also the sadness here is
Okay.
that the subject matter is what we're looking at. It's not one of those boats, and someone can say, well, the subject is there, nothing's missing on the right or on the left. You just can't bring it all in. It's breathtaking. I love it. Too
Yeah,
bad I
me
don't have a
too.
travel magazine to post it.
Yes.
Thank you, Jay.
You're welcome. And I'm going to end the polling, and I'm going to share the results. See, someone thought it was stellar. We have an 8. Nope.
No.
We have a 7. We have a
Somebody
7.
thought it was a 5.
We have a 7.
Wow.
Well, obviously someone is a hard grader.
Well, no,
You know, it was nice last time.
keeping my mouth shut.
No, you don't have to, Lynn.
No, Lynn, you're absolutely entitled to your opinion. I don't want you to shut your mouth on that. No way, no how. I just want you to understand that not everybody is going to vote with expertise. They're here because this club is allowing them to what do you call it? To
Learn.
yeah, to learn and to get better. So in Lightroom, how do I get rid of this line?
8 geese a chillin'.
How do I get rid of that line? It's not Lightroom. It's not-
Elaine would know.
Probably
I don't know Lightroom at all. I'm Photoshop.
somebody else put that in as an
I cleared
annotation.
it. I cleared it. Thank you.
8 geese a chillin'.
Let's hear Helene sing.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh, hi, Karen.
Where's this one at?
I love
Speaking with an
that.
iPhone 12.
Really?
Really?
Nice.
That's
F1.6.
Really?
Gee.
look at that.
Beautiful.
Well, keep in mind that's an f1.6 to a very, very small sensor.
Yes.
That's right.
Colors
Yeah, I
are
might as well
gorgeous.
get rid of my camera and get an iPhone.
Yeah, I've been saying that for weeks now. But if you're looking at the Samsung 21, you'll get that and not the iPhone.
Ah, well, I'll keep my iPhone 7 then.
Only reason I'm using the cell phone is because both of my Nikons are broken now. So I had to go out and get a new phone to at least to pull me over till I replace it.
It's a nice
I'll
photo.
show you.
Did you do
I'll
any-
put my iPhone 12 Pro Max up against your Samsung any day.
Did we see any?
Yeah.
Did we see any post processing on this photo? Was this photo?
The phone did all the post-processing and it did a really good job.
No,
Yes.
it didn't. I used my own photoshopping.
Thank you. That's what I
yeah.
wanted to hear.
Oh, okay, then I
I
stand
wasn't sure who
corrected.
you were talking to.
Oh, you sit corrected too, Noel.
So
I mean,
What
what
I
a
would-
great capture this is, right? All of these, are they geese in a row?
Yes.
Canadian geese.
Duckstrow.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
now,
Oh,
did you make the geese? Could you make them a little darker so they stand out a little more?
No,
No.
I was there to photograph actually 9 baby geese with the parents. And these guys were doing that. And this was the best one that I had where they all, you could see their dark heads.
Okay,
I like it.
it's a good shot.
Where is there?
Where there is Valencia,
Oh.
the little mini
Yeah,
lake.
no kidding. I used to live there. My husband.
Like McBean and Newhall Ranch Road.
And look at this,
Yeah,
all
that's
those waterfalls.
Oh, that's a lot, not even a third of them. There's a whole bunch right behind them.
Oh, huh. Cool.
I have 1 vote to go. I'll wait a second or two. I'm done waiting. Let's share the results. I see a 7. This received a 7, scorekeepers.
Is that Helene or who?
Helene and Bill. And
Oh.
I keep score as well. And when the 3 match, we don't have to play the video again, which can be quite painful because the polls do not show on the video, as you've noticed if you've gone to the YouTube. You only hear my voice, and that's why I repeat it, that this photo got a 7.
Great. Always good to have backup.
We could be talking about the photos now.
No, we're supposed to go to the next one.
All right, we should be talking.
Blah, 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 blah.
Birds of a feather.
We're all birds.
Yeah.
Linda, you were talking about being in New York. You know, the Metropolitan Museum just opened up. The PBS has a special on the Met that is just amazing. Yeah, I've only seen 2 of them, but if you can watch it, it's really good. It hasn't talked about photography yet, but it.
Oh no.
Grasshoppers top of a tree.
Detail.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
As wow is right. Let's see.
I saw this and then with my amusement,
Y'all like that?
I love it.
realized that they're
Mechanical.
They're not real.
Metal.
Oh,
So
don't spoil
beautiful.
it.
It's
Yeah, the
so
Phillips says
beautiful.
What I like is one is Phillips and one is straight blade.
true on the right is the dead giveaway.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, they're outside on top of my
It's marriage.
tree. Yeah.
Too bad you
Grasshoppers
couldn't get
are
close.
considered to be lucky charms in certain cultures.
Yeah.
And I must have bought these for my mom way back in the day. So I said, well, these are different than shoes and flowers, although I like shoes and flowers, but it's different.
I think you had a winner there.
isn't it the Asian culture and the crickets?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chinese, the Chinese culture, they keep them in like a matchbox, a big matchbox.
Mhm.
And those lucky charms are magically delicious.
Those aren't cicadas?
Well, this
Oh,
is really
well, a
fun.
grasshopper is a cicada, isn't it? I always thought they were the same thing.
Those
That's what I
legs,
thought.
those legs, that V, it's a giveaway. It's a grasshopper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the sound of a how do you say it? Cicada is
Cicada.
different.
Yeah.
Deafening.
Helene, I wanted to ask you a question about this because once we had this discussion that if it's someone else's artwork and we take a picture of it,
You know what?
yeah,
That was the club that I used to be in. That's not a rule in real life.
Yes,
what
it
was that?
is. It all depends on who you're dealing with.
yeah, I just
that
wondered
is-
what people think about. What do you think about that, Helene?
Now, what does George think of it? What does
Oh,
George
George,
think?
what do you
There
guys
is no thinking. It's the law. If you don't have permission to copy that,
Yeah,
and somebody gets a knot up their nose, and they publish it, then you've got a problem if they nasty.
The
Oh,
key
Yes,
is
right.
that
if
they
you publish it for money, but also there's exemptions, I believe, for if you have, if you use it as part of something else. For instance, you have taken 2 grasshoppers, and put them in a position to make another piece of art. In other words, it's a part of the photo.
I looked it up, gentlemen. This grasshopper is 76 years old. We don't have to worry about copyright.
But either way, I don't
That's
think,
right. No, but I was answering the question because
yeah.
that's a serious thing. But in this group here, we wouldn't have that problem.
no.
I
I
just
just
want
wondered
to
what
say,
everyone
I
thought.
like the lighting on this.
Don't be so sure of that.
Who
and I
can tell me
Why?
how this was
Why?
lit?
That,
Who
we
can
should talk
tell
about
me?
that.
like the depth of field also.
Who can tell me how this was lit?
Yeah,
George,
sun.
go
I'll
away.
take
from
Flashlight,
tonight.
flashlight.
Cigarette lighter.
It's literally the sun at 7 in the morning with field flash.
There you
Yours
go.
is 7 in the morning?
Yeah. Yeah, look at the angle of the light.
That's when they come out. No kidding.
Yeah, those are houses in the background. Like I said, that's the top of my front bush.
Well, we made it to the newsletter with an 8.
Well, whoopee for me.
Yay! Whoopee. I love it. It's beautiful.
So George, we'll talk sidebar if I have anything to worry about.
Karen, just to continue with that, your question,
Yes.
the people I've been going shooting with are out there all the time taking picture of murals and all kinds of
Mhm.
building wall art.
But
And
that's
you know
public.
what?
That's in the public view. And 9 times out of 10, they're using that for an editorial. You only get in trouble when you capture the artwork and you publish it for profit. Then you got a problem. But as long as it's editorial, it's out in the public's view, you're okay.
Yeah.
No, in our previous club, we were not, I took some picture with a mirror, wall mirror, some paintings, some funny thing, and the judge told that it's not, I cannot do this. I mean, I can take the picture, but I cannot put this in the competition.
That's interesting.
And you know what? I was told,
Okay, I am. the
okay,
admin
never
here.
mind.
I am the admin here. You saved this conversation for the very end. Can we please go on?
Yep,
I
I'm ready.
appreciate the topic.
Next picture is
It's
Huntington
enough.
Beach. I've been ready.
I
Huntington
love it.
Beach.
Oh, now you're ready. Okay.
I love it.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful. That's gorgeous.
Couple V's there and there in the front.
Where's Waldo?
Find 'em.
Oh, I love that
I
book,
love it. It's beautiful.
the book. Where's Waldo?
I like all those reflections in the water,
Uh-huh.
shallow water.
I like the haziness too. It's
Right.
not
Ec-
real stark.
Okay, does anybody have a mask on out there?
Well, a few of them are okay, and then others look like family groups, so it's acceptable. And
Okay.
I think the girl in front, in the lower corner, is absolutely in a family way.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Only a woman can say that.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yep.
No, men can say it too.
You're right on target there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
We can say it, but we pay for it.
That's right. Well, that's,
Especially in this climate.
but not in this group, right?
No.
Right.
Right. Oh, well, we might give you a hard time.
Yep.
Huntington Beach.
That's beautiful. And you don't have to wear masks in Huntington Beach. They never followed that rule anyway.
That's good.
That's part of the orange curtain. You don't have to do
Yeah.
anything down
The
there.
orange curtain.
That's what we call it.
The orange curtain. Beautiful beaches, though. Love the
Okay.
composition. Whoever took this, I don't know. It's beautiful.
Very nice.
Composition is pretty nice.
Jen.
Nice.
Jen.
10. I was thinking that too. Something 9 if Jay doesn't let it.
What?
Do you let 10s or no? I don't know.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. I don't know because Helene told me the other group.
No, I never said that.
Oh, I thought that you said your group didn't have 10s. I just am just thinking about what you
My
do.
other,
I'm gonna leave the next poll up for a little longer so that you can go through and read.
Okay, thank you.
Taylor, if you think
So
this is.
who wrote a 5 on it?
Yeah, who did that? Who
Yeah,
wrote
who
that?
wrote the 5? It's not a 5.
I'm serious. If I find out who wrote the 5, you're out of the club. That was rude.
Okay, how would somebody write a 5 on this?
Yeah, how did they get
Wow.
into your system, Jay?
They annotated and they're just making havoc here. And I can't control anything more than I'm already controlling.
Okay.
People can hack you and get into that, into you like that?
It's not a hack. You guys are all my guests.
Oh, you're right. You're
All of you
right.
are my guests, and I'm allowing you to annotate. And someone knows something about annotation and they knew how to draw a 5.
Well,
And
I'm innocent
trying-
because I don't know
maybe-
Jack.
Maybe they were being funny, but I'm not gonna permit that. I'll find out who you are. We're gonna have a talk.
I didn't know you could annotate. I just saw that.
I
Anyone
didn't know you
can
could do
annotate.
that either.
I've never annotated.
No one's admitting to it.
So the reason no one's admitting to it is because they were trying to teach us that you can annotate if you wish. So I thank you for that lesson, and all is forgiven. I don't want anyone to have bad feelings. I just want to stress, I don't approve of that kind of behavior.
Thanks, Dad.
No, serious, call me what you want. I don't approve of it.
Oh,
This received an 8, and there were a couple of votes. There were 3 votes for stellar.
Wow.
So
Congratulations, Laura.
Laura, you've made it to the, you've
Laura
made
did this.
the,
Wow, Laura.
newsletter. And I'm gonna enjoy this photo in the newsletter.
I'm gonna tell you what I like about it. Whoever shot this, you got the horizontals correct, you got your verticals correct.
Got the point of view correct.
Well, the lines and the waves are great too.
Yeah, the curve of the beach draws you in.
The pencil as it goes out, you know, the rule of thirds are in play. Yeah, it works.
Beautiful.
Even the 2 little V's on the right and the left and the front are kind of directing you in the middle too.
Yes. Yeah,
bees.
absolutely.
Does anybody
Newborn.
notice that the person that took that
Newborn.
picture had the last name of Chen? Was on the bottom, there was a copyright?
Yes.
Newborn
That's
elk
Laura.
at Point Reyes.
That's so cute.
Ooh.
I saw.
Can I hear that again, Bill? That was Laura Chen's photo, Huntington Beach.
Right, I know, but people were saying, I don't know who took this, but whoever took this, I'm going, it's down there in the corner with a copyright.
Okay,
That's all.
and Laura is with us, so I don't think our mic is working.
Oh, that's a shame.
And our next photo is going to get a replay on their time here. Let's go. Newborn elk at Point Reyes.
Looks to me like another posed animal shot.
yeah.
Cheetah was the first one. Now we got these guys.
They better get out of the road quickly.
Roadkill.
I can't believe this one. This is.
Oh my gosh.
This is really a
Gee.
great capture. I mean, in the middle of the street, you had to be
Unbelievable.
driving and come to complete halt and be the first car in line.
Good shot.
Wow.
So we have attention. That little one is looking right at the camera person.
I'm saying he's posing.
So is the one at the left.
That's great. I don't know how you got
Think
that.
about it. That little,
Giving you a message, the one on
yeah,
the
that
left.
little elk on the left knew that this was going to be on VPC Photo Club.
You know what I did wrong though? This should have been a pair shot. What was I thinking? It was too-
Little Photoshop.
no
I
Photoshop.
know we don't
Oh, but
really,
I know you're thinking it should be a pair, but it's
could have been a
it's more
pair.
interesting as a threesome.
I know.
Well, it's
I
a
don't know
pair
if you
of
should do that.
Am I being heard, by the
Yes.
way?
Yeah, who?
I just wanted to say normally, having a butt shot is not that acceptable, but I think that we should ignore that in this picture. What do you say?
But,
There are 3 butts.
but, there's 3 butts.
You could Photoshop it like you did at that high school.
Put a mask over it.
They're attractive butts.
A circle with an extra.
Yeah, I think Eric made it. Yeah, Eric, you're right. They're attractive butts.
Yes, there are in life.
They are. Look at the heart. You see the little heart?
The heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no,
Yeah.
heart
And
out of that.
also, that's a silly rule. If the butt is a good picture butt, then it's good.
That's right, Elaine.
But
Elaine's
So
right.
that
Who
a
doesn't
bad
like
butt
butts?
doesn't
like the
work.
ring
Who
light.
doesn't like butts?
I really like it.
That's a good butt.
But I like it.
Being in the right place at the right time.
No
You
ifs,
butt.
ands, or buts.
You but he was.
Do we know who did this, or are we not supposed to know?
It's okay, I did it.
I love it.
It's I.
I.
Who's I?
Who is it?
I took it, Eric.
Eric.
Oh, thank you,
Good
Eric.
job.
Thank you.
Well, you know, it's hard. The light is never good for these guys. So there's a herd out at Point Reyes, and they come out right around dusk, and they sort of move across there, and they cross the road, so you can anticipate their movement to some extent.
We scored an 8 on this, Eric. Thank you for
Good.
sharing. This is a
Good
great
job.
photo.
Good job.
Thank you, everybody.
It's a fun photo. I like it. No buts.
All done.
I like
No
it
buts.
a lot
No,
too.
but
Oh,
bad jokes
but-
are
All
I think it's good.
beautiful.
Yeah, I wish I could have gotten that close.
Machine blew up again, said my audio went bad. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah, let's move forward.
Ooh.
lovely.
Organic
Ooh.
M&Ms.
Nora,
I could eat that right now.
Two.
Light's beautiful. The light is beautiful.
this reminds me of Nora.
I
Yeah.
want to see the animated ones for the commercials.
Is this 7 a.m. light and
Beautiful.
fill-in flash?
I don't remember. It was a while ago.
I knew it was
I
Nora.
think it,
Really?
I don't know. It depends on the
Very
season.
nice.
I
Yes.
love
How
the
light is
cast.
going through the.
I love the amber cast on
It's
the
gorgeous.
countertop from the dish. That amber
Gorgeous.
cast is like liquid gold.
I like the
Yeah.
name too.
I didn't
It's
realize
honey.
that was a cast.
It's honey.
Liquid gold. That's beautiful.
That
it's
looks good.
beautiful.
I like it.
Look at the bowl. Yeah.
Beautiful picture.
Unbelievable.
The light is very good on that. Very good.
Nora, it's your signature is
Beautiful.
all over it. I could tell before
Oh,
I even
oh.
knew. No, really, that's just
Whose
You know what
signature?
gave it away
I
from
like the
me?
detail work. Who
You
did
know
that?
what gave it away from me is she called the M&Ms organic.
gorgeous,
You
Nora.
did what?
She called the M&Ms organic.
Yeah.
See what you want to
And,
see.
and those tomatoes are organically grown.
I like the way the yellow, I guess, it looks almost like on the right, just light. And on the left, it looks like a piece of cloth or something, but it makes it look like it's flowing off the table, just pouring off.
It looks like
Yeah, it-
honey. It's honey flowing. Beautiful.
Yeah,
And
beautiful.
I really like that you can look through the screen and see the house and the hedges through it
Yeah,
as well.
There's a house.
very clean.
Yeah, the house.
And there's
outside.
a little bit of reflection of the tomatoes on the glass on
Yes.
the window.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I see it right there. That's beautiful.
It's gorgeous, Nora.
It just happened. That's it. It just like the elk. It just happened.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Very nice.
I'm going to launch the
I'm
polling.
gazing at it.
Oh, that was a pandemic picture.
Ah,
At least you're safe.
time well spent.
In isolation.
That's right.
But
You
the
gotta
tomatoes
find-
aren't isolated. They're all together.
Lucky tomatoes.
I'm waiting on one more vote. I'm done waiting. Sharing the results. So we see
Woo!
8.
Yeah.
Nice scores.
Woo!
Nice
Thank you,
work.
guys. Oh, I got a 10. Oh my gosh.
You got 2 10s. You got 2 10s, unless one of them is yours. You got 2 10s and 9 9s. Congratulations. You scored an 8
Well,
and
sorry.
you'll be in the newsletter.
Nora's not the type to give herself a 10. What are you, Nora?
I'm here.
A 10.
Oh.
Ready for the next photo?
Yes.
Yes.
Osprey with
Ah.
fish.
This is the theme tonight, is it not?
Ooh.
Those
Oh,
claws.
look at the sky is.
About dinner time.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Look at
Yeah,
those
eat well
claws.
tonight.
How do you call the claws?
The claws.
Talons.
Talon. Yes.
Talons. Okay.
Oy, oy, oy.
Well, at
Poor
least now I
fish.
know how they catch those fish. And look at the eye on it too.
They drop straight down in the water,
Excuse me.
claws out like this. All of their
Wow.
weight coming straight down onto the fish, and they clamp onto it and fly back out.
Wow, amazing.
Oh, Laura says that she cannot hear us talk. Did you see that?
Well,
Jay?
I can't help it now. She'll watch the recording.
Okay,
There's nothing I can do. It's not my problem, not my fault,
okay.
unless it was during that blackout period. You hear
Maybe
me?
she should just,
Yeah, we can hear you.
she should possibly restart it again.
We can
Check
hear
her
you.
volume.
So I would like to say about this picture that how the focus is definitely on the face of the osprey. I don't know how to say the word. Is it osprey?
Yeah. Osprey. I
Yeah.
think.
I mean, I can see that they were smart enough to catch the head of the bird and versus the head of the fish. It just puts the whole thing then in proper motion. I really like it.
Yeah, it's very good. I have that lens. It's a great lens.
My clock wasn't running, so I'm going to do the poll because of the silence in the room.
Okay.
I'm going to have you guys vote. I have all votes in. I'm going to share the results. Please, 8. I'm going to stop the share. I'm going to remember my timer this time. Don't know how I forgot it last time. Sorry, folks.
It must be human or something.
Please
Oh,
don't move.
Wow.
America's Got Talent.
Is that for
I
real?
love it. I
they're
love
cheerleaders,
that.
huh?
Martin, how
Martin.
did you manage to capture that one?
Yeah, that's a beauty.
Beautiful.
That's a beauty. That's a beauty.
Very nice.
The ultimate in nature photography.
All right.
So gifted with these birds. It's
A landing pad there.
It's so
I'm
much
afraid of the
fun.
water. I'm afraid of the water.
I think they're trying to mate.
the depth, the
I think so.
I don't think that's gonna work.
Mine is always in the gutter, huh?
detail of these birds is amazing, and I'm
Everything.
always
It's
in
beautiful,
awe.
beautiful picture.
Yeah.
Two
Notice
butts.
there's a baby in the background. Does anyone notice that there's a baby in the background?
Should we forget? Should we forgive the 2 butts?
There's 3 butts. There is
I
3
didn't notice
butts.
that. That's cute.
Yeah, Martin should have run all the way around to the other side of him to get their faces.
I know for a fact he could not get off his belly and out of his hide fast enough.
You know what's really nice about this photo is that those pink legs and the blue, and the black and the
Yes.
white. It's a really nice look.
And you see the first bird here, how the white is white, how the black is kind of dark colored.
Oh, yes, yes.
It's just even the cutoff points, everything is so aligned. Even the
Yeah.
legs here fitting this background, and the wings and everything else fitting this background. It's got layers of complexity. Literally.
Yeah.
Back that up. Can you back that up, Jay?
Back what up?
Thank you, Karen.
My pleasure, Lynn.
Got you some teenagers here in the club, eh?
So I'm gonna understand. that.
Perpetually.
I'm gonna
Perpetually.
understand that on playback, and I'm gonna have to deal with that.
Deal with it.
George, you and I will talk.
Okay.
Oh boy, you guys had your finger on the poll button.
Yay! Good,
Hey,
Martin.
Martin, is he here?
Happy-
Martin, nope, no.
I'm a little concerned that Martin's not here. He's one of my biggest allies.
Probably busy.
He didn't get his email.
No, I always take this, what could be wrong, not what could be right.
Yeah.
I hope he's okay.
It just
That's
heard
fine.
yesterday.
This
He's very
received 9. This
talented.
received a 9 and had 4 votes for stellar.
Whoa.
Well, we're really nice people here.
More than half our attendees gave it a 9.
Yeah,
Awesome.
The next
Yeah.
Maybe the
row.
number doesn't mean that much.
Hmm.
Oh,
Remembering.
Oh, yes.
The number doesn't mean that much.
I mean, if everyone's giving it 8s and 9s and 10s, and maybe that number doesn't mean that much. Maybe talking about it would mean more.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Well, if you would
Got a point
reread,
there.
if you would reread what this scale has to say, you wouldn't be giving so many 7, 8s, and 9s, but you choose to, and I continue to do the show because everybody enjoys the company of one another and sharing their photos.
And people are just really nice to each other. They don't want to be criticized. They're very nice. I love all the people in here.
It's a beautiful portrait.
It's
Beautiful.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
It's
And
different.
what happens is the people that want to improve are not able to because we're not bold enough to be a good enough friend to say, you know what, maybe you should have done this a little different.
Well, that's where we could talk about it. We could talk in a kind way instead of, we could talk about that. I
Well,
don't see why
this
we
one
couldn't.
here is right on the money. The contrast is right, the exposure is right.
Beautiful
Yeah.
color.
The
Yeah.
colors is
Right.
correct.
Dark.
And background is correct.
The light is beautiful.
The eyes. are
Jay, how do
shooting
those
right at
reds
you.
look
They're
on your
amazing.
monitor?
Say again, the red is,
How do those reds look on your monitor?
they look
Looks
great.
great.
Great,
Okay.
great, Bob. Really.
All of the shadows in the rows and the bright
No,
red
it
on the
looks- it's
periphery.
I
And her
calibrated, so my
I would like
colors
to
are
ask a
great.
question.
Can
I
you
feel like she's really looking at you.
Anybody use a flash with this picture?
Can you all see that every one of those reds is different? The belt, the eyes, the lipstick, and the rose are all a different shade of red.
Yes.
Yeah.
they are.
See that?
Did,
Yeah.
did anybody hear my question?
Yeah.
Yes,
just
and
with
it
the
looks
flash.
like the pupils have a little flashlight in the middle.
Mhm. That specular highlight. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's got to be a
and
light.
it's pretty even. The face is pretty even, so.
Is the photographer here?
Going to 10 tonight.
Oh.
Shame.
Yeah, it's sad when they're not here.
I'm here, but I didn't, my computer didn't load properly, so I didn't use a flash. That was just natural light.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
What time of day?
Oh, it was really sunny. It was probably, oh God, I don't know, probably about around 11. It's a really
Wow.
hot sunny day.
You got great light.
It was
Yeah,
pretty
good.
good.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.
Oh,
And
Cindy,
yet-
it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. It looks very perfect.
It is.
I apologize for saying you weren't here.
It's amazing.
I was just walking by and she turned and looked at me and I took it pretty quick and she was just so stunning.
I like the rim light off the grave markers in the background too. Beautiful.
It was amazing.
Everybody's voted.
Yep.
I don't know if I should share it. Nobody cares about the votes anymore.
Sure, sure.
Received a 9. Good going, Cindy.
Thanks.
Good going, Cindy.
I'm sure glad it wasn't another 8, Cindy. Thank you.
Woo!
Rock the Casbah.
Woo!
Oh, wow.
I love it. I love it.
Because it's so real.
What do you love about it?
This is what you see when you see a drummer. I mean, it's continuous
No.
movement.
No, I don't go to my concerts wasted like that.
I don't, that's not what you
Me
see in
too.
your filter.
Is this handheld?
Again, the representation of the movement
Obviously.
with the lighting that is so difficult to shoot at rock shows. I am really enjoying this picture.
Is it a multiple? Oh, it's 1 second. Okay.
Why it's blurry.
Well, I was thinking it almost looks like multiple exposures, but he must have had his head in one spot, another spot, and another spot.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's jamming.
What band is this?
I don't know.
Because the Clash did Rock the Casbah. I was wondering if this was the Clash.
They were playing Rock the Casbah at the time I took the picture.
Oh, that's great to know.
Lloyd, this is one of John Mazenko's concerts.
Wow.
I've been doing that for a long time. I haven't done one lately, but yeah.
Awesome.
Thank
I
you.
love it.
The dog likes it too.
Launch polling. I have all the votes. Received the 7. We won't see it in the newsletter.
Just wanted to mention that this system does not average out the numbers. So know that. It's the number of people who vote the score. Thank you very much.
That's what's available.
Yeah, I have no comment. I really don't. I really don't. We'll go for the next photo now.
You're right.
Taj,
Wow.
Beautiful. Gorgeous.
Whoa.
Like that.
Love the framing.
Did we see this
Perfect.
before?
No.
Oh,
I've never been there.
I love the framing of it.
It takes your breath away. I
Yes,
always
doesn't
wanted to
it?
go there.
The Taj. Wow.
Taj Mahal.
You were actually in India when it wasn't smoggy.
It's very difficult to get that shot.
Oh, now I know why. I see the author, so I understand.
He's not here now. John's not here.
Yeah, that's why I think I've seen this before.
Oh, you probably have.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
yeah.
is an amazing photograph.
Yeah, it is. It's very difficult to get that shot, really difficult.
Of all the pictures I've seen of Taj Mahal, I've never seen it with this inside this building. It's so ideal.
With all the people too.
Heads, exactly.
Kind of scary.
Does anybody see this over here on the left?
Yeah, what is that?
That's my question.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe this could have been burned.
Oh,
Could be.
Just thinking, I like the shadow of this individual on the front here. That's pretty good. The negative, but I think these could be burned here. It's detracting me. It's distracting to me.
I thought it was my screen. Thank you.
I thought it was my screen.
Yeah, I decided I'm going to be more critical from now on.
Well, he's not here, so.
I don't care. I'm going to be more critical. And how do you know whose photo this is?
Because his name is in the corner.
That is it. Oh.
I couldn't see it.
Corner.
Yeah, don't think you won't see it on the recording.
You could crop this picture. Make
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
What do you
Yeah,
mean by
make it-
cropping? How
It
so?
would make a nice vertical.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion.
Yeah.
I would add a vignette so it just darkens it further.
Where?
Hey, now we're having some good suggestions. Thank you, people.
Well, now we can talk.
Right. This is where medium format would pay off.
Maybe burn in a little bit of the sky, make it a little darker.
Take a 7. So I think it could have gotten an 8 or a 9.
I think it still is an 8 or a 9.
I do too.
Because I think this is an old film. I'm not sure.
Horizontal is probably good. If you had it printed and you had the black on the sides, it would make the center part stand out even more. If you made it vertical, you'd lose that.
That's right, Helene, I agree.
Right, we're at the section in the program that allows the maker of the photo to speak about their photo for up to 3 minutes. So you'll see at the top of each, it's no longer just the title of the photo, but their name will be present.
That's good, because I never know who does it. So thank you.
And
So
when I
Bill,
spoke to read it,
Bill, if you're ready to speak about your photo, here you go.
Okay, I went to a kite festival in Redondo Beach, I believe it was, on King Pier, King Harbor, well, whatever the pier was, Redondo Beach Pier. And they had a kite festival, and I was looking for something with pears in it. All I could think of was something corny, like taking a picture of a book with Paradise Lost, and then next to it a couple of dice with Paradise Found. Jay didn't think that was a good idea. So I'm trying to fill up some time, Jay. And so I pulled this up, and there's a lot of better shots I got of kites. But this is a pair of kites, and I kind of like it. It kind of fit it.
I
That's all I
kind of
can
like
say.
it too.
Pardon?
I kind of like it too.
Oh, thank you.
I love the colors. I love the shadows within the colors. And you had a perfect sky. Were you using a polarizing filter?
No.
You really pulled it off with the sky.
Yeah. Oh, there were some fantastic shots with beautiful kites.
Yay
It's
for
hard to
that.
not get shots.
I really like the angles of the lines between the pair, and then the line coming down to the person who's holding the kites, the way that makes it jog.
Yeah, I think it, to me, the person that took the picture, it has a lot of both geometry, which is, you know, tension and drama kind of a feeling, and also being kites, a lot of freedom and light feeling. Light
Now,
emotion.
I'm gonna bring up something, and this is nothing personal, Bill. Just gonna bring up something I heard at a meeting recently. See how your kite string exits the frame at the corner?
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with this, but the person I heard it from would have cropped it here to prevent that from exiting at a corner.
Yes, and I considered that, and I tried that. I could not get something that was balanced, not crowded. And so I thought, I'll put it in the corner and say, if anybody questions it, oh, it makes a triangle.
What I was just gonna say, I like
It's
knowing
beautiful.
now that you put it in the corner.
Yeah.
That was That was a good
Brilliant.
choice. Very
Bill,
good.
Brilliant.
I agree. I
Bill,
agree, Jay.
Very
Bill, I
good.
have a
Bill,
question.
Thank you all.
I have a
Bill.
question.
you can add on the right side, you can add a little bit more of the blue. And you
I
don't
could
have
have
to
done that.
crop.
Yes. Yes, I could have done that. I decided I try not to have to do anything drastic like that.
Yeah, and more natural.
Bill, I had a
doesn't-
question.
It's
Yeah.
okay, it doesn't show.
Tell me when I can ask.
You can ask.
Under the kite, about halfway through the blue, and then going through the top of the kites, there's like a jaggedy line. What's that?
Jaggedy line.
Below?
I
or above?
really don't know. You've got all the information I've got.
No,
I
but
don't
you
see
took the
it.
picture.
I don't see,
Yes, I know. That was a while ago.
What
Um,
jaggedy line?
I don't know what jaggedy line you're seeing.
I don't see any.
I
Bill,
don't see
you-
any line.
Time
Bill,
for
do
some
you-
Windex, Elaine,
Elaine, where is the line?
on her screen. I didn't hear her sneeze even.
Halfway on the left,
Hmm.
halfway below the kite and the bottom of the picture, and it curves down to the right.
Am I there?
I don't see it.
You're just
We don't
above.
see it on our screen.
I
don't
don't
see
see
it.
Tell
it.
you what, I
No,
have
but-
an idea. If you go up to the view options, there's annotate up there. If you go to the view options at the top in the middle of the screen next to the green bar, there's
You know
annotate.
what, Bill, I'm coming back to this photo at the end.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, after
Right.
our
I didn't see the
presentation is given.
score. Bill,
Okay.
did you see the
Yeah,
score?
what's the score?
No, I didn't.
Score was an 8.
They're all eights.
This
Really?
photo scored an
Okay.
8. It had 5 votes for 9, it had 12 votes for 8, and 6 votes for 7. It scored an 8.
No
Right,
one
Bill.
votes lower than a 7. No one.
Elaine, I really do not see the jagged line.
I don't either.
Okay,
Me
this one-
neither.
Oh,
I don't
well,
either.
say the names
I don't see
anymore,
any
Jay.
jagged line.
Can we stop? This photo is by Ellen Zuckerman.
Yeah, there you go.
Would Ellen please speak of her photo?
Thank you. So I was at a butterfly exhibit, and those who have tried to shoot butterflies, you know how hard it is for one to sit still. And the fact that I had 2 sitting still in the reverse proper orientation was something I couldn't miss. So I know I took a bunch of these, but this was the one that I liked the best. I just cropped it a little bit, just added a little contrast to bring the butterflies out. And that's about it.
Love it.
I love it.
Beautiful.
You got 2 minutes to go, dear. But it's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
The line on the middle is,
What is
Say
that?
again?
Vote
No,
yet.
no, that's not you. That's not you.
That's not her.
Well, don't even think that's you. I'm allowed to make a mistake, my God.
Did you try cropping it a little bit lower?
I think I initially had it cropped out a little wider and then just ended this so that I'd have those 2 leaves in, but I do see that there is a leaf that's cut off. So I did play with that considerably.
I don't mind the leaf.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Was this at the Natural History Museum, Ellen?
Yes.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love the pole in the background. Adds to the nice contrast.
You know, that's the one thing I wish I could have taken out, but
It's white though, and
No.
the black antennae, perfect.
that's how you know it's not truly out in nature.
Oh, but that's good enough.
Yeah, it's, you know, it is what it is.
Right.
Beautiful.
Put- take this white pole out.
Oh, tie.
It was very easy to take it out.
Take what out?
The pole on the middle.
Not for me.
Not for me.
Okay, so this is the point where I'm going to stop you guys and say, share this information with one another in an email. There's a roster. I'm going to reissue the roster because we have some new members. And Ellen, seriously, if you're interested in learning how to get that pole out, you couldn't learn from more genius than Leonid. Really, I've seen his work. And all of you guys can learn from one another. So take this opportunity of being a member of this club where you can maybe get together on your own, learn from one another. I mean, Lloyd has taught me a tremendous amount about Lightroom, and I'm thankful to him for that. I think it shows in the photos that I've been posting lately. Elaine has never ceased to amaze me with her talents, or Hope has talent, and I think it's an opportunity for everybody. Did I put up the
Yes.
results? Okay, so we're on to the next one. I hope you guys will, amongst yourselves, learn from one another. That's what my original intent of the club was. Seriously, one of the things I wanted to see happen was the camaraderie.
Woo! I love it.
Red.
Wow.
Hey, this is
Elaine,
really good.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
We were
Elaine,
at,
did you bribe them?
we were at the Arboretum and Martin pointed up way high in a tree that the tree wasn't even close to us. I could barely see these things. And I put my big zoom on it and it was, I didn't know if I was getting it, but I have maybe a bad habit. I keep it on continuous. I held my finger down and I took probably 20, 30 pictures. And when I got home and looked at it, this was the first picture that I took.
Wasted time for others, huh?
Most of the others weren't any good.
Never even seen those in this area. That is.
They're not supposed to live here. I think they're from Asia.
They're from India.
Exotic.
Eleni, if you will take out on the left side this, and on the right side this short, it will be much, much better. It's very, very.
Take out what? The stick?
Side, small and small on the right side.
The sticks.
You know, I
Yeah.
was thinking about that and I did take some out, but I preferred to leave those in.
Correct. Leonid, correct?
They're destructive for this picture.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You very well. Without them, it's perfectly framed. Two pairs frame in the branches. And you don't have to look on other side. No, it's my suggestion. I don't.
Yeah. No, and you know what? Whereas the butterfly picture would have been hard for me to get rid of the pole, these two twigs would have taken me 2 seconds to get rid of, but I.
All right, you got
tried
2
it.
seconds.
Huh?
You got 2 seconds, email it to me.
Well, I'm done.
No, I meant you got 2 seconds to make the edit and email it to me.
Oh, ha, ha, ha.
Elaine, it's beautiful. That's a gorgeous picture.
Thank you.
Very nice.
And one thing about the sticks that I can say is that this stick in the right corner kind of mimics the body of the front bird. I mean, the bird is kind of tilted to the left and that stick is just tilted to the left. So that's all. I think it's perfect. Nature photos are usually perfect without a lot of Photoshop.
Thank you.
Not perfect.
By the way, as I understand it, the prettier ones in this species will be the females.
Yay!
So I am assuming the one in the back has more red on it and it is
And by the way, this is an invasive species.
yes,
They shouldn't be here.
they
They're
don't belong here.
The reason they're here is because they were brought to be caged birds in a pet store. And then of course they all got out and are now called feral birds, not wild.
You mean like all those parrots?
Yeah, this is very similar. They were caged birds from India because they have a beautiful song. They have a beautiful song. Bulbuls, B-U-L, bulbul.
Are they a threat to the environment?
I
A
don't think
little
so.
bit, a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah, an 8. This receives an 8.
Yay.
Good, good.
Yeah, it says Asia. No, it doesn't say India specifically.
Hmm.
Just saying. Anyhow,
good to
I'm
know.
glad they're here because I think they're cool.
They're so pretty.
Great.
So I was out in the backyard doing some cleaning up. And the camera was in the house. And this dragonfly had already made his third attempt on the very same branch that you see him on here. So I went in the house, got my camera. I figured he's posing for me. I'm just going to take the picture.
Got that right.
Got the lens cap off. Got the macro setting just right. Double checked my other settings. Took the picture and it said no card.
Oh, don't you
In
hate
the
that?
house,
Oh my
back in the house. No hope that I'll be able to take a picture of this guy. But I put the cards in where they belong. I thought I did. And I actually did. So I walked back outside, took a couple pictures on the way to make sure the camera's working now. He's gone. But while I'm still looking through the lens, he's back. Posed exactly the same place. And I began to talk to him and I said, look, I've already made a silly blunder. And I really need you to just let me walk around a little bit, get different angles, and do what I can do. And he was very cooperative. Except for the sun. Except for the sun. There's a little bit of schmutz that I would rather not see right there. But it wasn't going to make or break the picture as far as I was concerned.
Oh.
I went every angle.
Jay, what part is the pears?
Yeah, what
The
part?
wings, the wings, the wings.
Oh,
Okay.
Amazing.
It's a boy dragonfly. The pair is elsewhere.
Oh.
Well, no, I mean, if you had to ask. So here's the thing. I then, wanted to make sure, taking macro and being freehand, handheld camera, I really got to take a lot of pictures. I got to take 20, 30 pictures, the Lane style.
Yep.
So I continued to do so, and the battery died. So I figured, okay,
You're
you know,
great luck,
one thing
Jay.
You just wasn't having any luck that day.
Back in the house, well, when I come home from a photo shoot, I do things a lot different now. I have an alternate set of cards. When I take a card out, I put a card in. When I take a battery out, I put a battery in. So I came back in the house, couldn't find the batteries, went to where the battery charger was and had one in there fresh. Came back outside, he was still there.
whoa.
That's my story.
Amazing.
Jay, is
Wow.
that a Nikon macro? Is
It
that
is
the Nikon 100?
It's a Tokina 100 millimeter
Oh, nice.
macro. Actually performs, according to Ken Rockwell's website, better than any Nikon macro.
I like
The
the
bokeh is good.
You
And
I
might,
like your background. It's very nice.
And I can
Jay,
tell you,
with a story like that, you deserve to be in the newsletter.
I hope I can.
Absolutely.
Even if you
Deserve to be in the
draw a
newsletter.
if you used a little
I'm
bit,
all for you in the
Wait,
newsletter.
if I use a little bit of what?
if you made this at about 5, not 5.6, but about 8, f8, to get a little more depth of field, the rear end might have been in better focus. It's wonderful the way it is because you got the eyes. That's the key.
I was going for the eyes and on the same plane going for this wing. And Lloyd, you are so right. I had such regret 30 minutes later when I saw that it was 5.0 and I wanted to be shooting this at f11, the sweet spot on that lens. So I tell you, I did go back out. He didn't come back.
Oh, well, that's a lesson learned, right?
Well, 3 times the charm, I guess. But yes, and thank you for that very constructive criticism, because I would have liked to have had the whole plane in good focus. And here's my sweet spot, hence the pears. And the face is just, it's adorable on close up. It really is.
Jay, you know what? I can give you some advice. We go for that sweet spot in the center, but on Nikons, I know this, that you can have a 3. You can set up 3 if you want the whole thing all in focus. You can set up 3 squares by playing around with the Nikon. It has up to 9 squares for the whole fill the frame kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I know what that's like because you go for the eye and the rest of the animal's out of focus.
A lot of you guys are seasoned photographers. I've only been doing it 2 years and I still get butterflies literally in my stomach when I have something like this in front of my lens. I get nervous and I kind of forget everything I know to do. And I'm going to talk to you, Karen, about that thing with the boxes because I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah.
I'd like to know what I could have done better.
I'll
Did
show
I
you.
share this? I got an 8. So I'm going to be in the newsletter. Finally.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay. You deserve it, Jay.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Glowing.
Jim, are you here to speak of your photo?
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's just a backyard shot. Had a couple of poppies growing. So I took a black mat board, put it behind them to get rid of all the house and all that stuff that was behind them.
Nice.
Hang on, I didn't hear. You did what to get rid of all the stuff in the back?
Black.
A black mat board.
Oh.
Yeah.
You put it back far enough so it is really not anywhere close to being in focus.
Did you Photoshop it?
A diffuser.
Were those really the way the flowers looked?
Let's let Jim speak, please.
That's about all I had to say. I just shot them and that's them. We got a little bit growing down below, which seemed to supplement it nicely. So it came out good.
What'd you do for lighting?
Sunlight.
Sunlight.
Yeah, just pure sunlight.
Black mat.
Love that.
Sunlight.
Looks like it's glowing from within.
Very nice. Do you know what kind of camera this was?
Yeah, that was a Retina Reflex taking Kodachrome, which I later scanned.
Woo!
Awesome.
Very awesome.
Wow. That's interesting.
Awesome.
Totally awesome.
It looks more like a painting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're all backlit, correct?
Yeah, kind of backlit, mostly from the top and perhaps a little from the back.
Yeah, because I see this foliage in the back that stopped or diffused the light down here. And then I see the same thing here. And there's just such beauty in that. You could see is it called a pestle? The pestles inside. Wow. And you see another poppy in shadow right here. Very, very interesting photo. I really enjoy it. Even more special because it's film.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Film.
Kodachrome is pretty magic stuff.
Oh my goodness.
I did a song about it.
Kidding.
Okay, y'all, I've got to go. We got 8 o'clock here. I've got to be someplace else.
There's just 3 more in case you want to know that.
I'm running out of time. I was supposed to have been gone 3 minutes ago. I'm just not looking at the clock.
Thank you, George, for participating. Be
Bye,
sure to
George.
watch the recording.
Watch the what?
The recording afterwards. You can fast forward from the poppies.
Okay, that will work.
Have a good night, George.
Bye. And you as well.
Thank you
Goodbye.
for being here.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to end the polling if I haven't already. I'm going to share the results. It's received an 8. It will be in the newsletter.
Oh, it has a 10 too. Awesome.
It received 7 9s.
Yeah. Nice.
The next photo is Leonid, right?
Yep.
Oh, neat.
Interesting.
Leonid?
Yes, this is
Not
a,
seeing it yet. Oh.
the Holocaust Memorial in Budapest.
Wow.
Well, that gives it a whole new meaning.
Wow.
Let's hear some more. You didn't use your smartphone. Tell me how you did it. Tell me what you didn't post.
Picture I a little bit clean and use Photoshop to clean something. It was some kind of paper and anything around. So I cleaned this, and that's it. I a little bit added some shadows on the shoes. I use touch and burn.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Leonid,
it.
I have a question for you. Why did you leave the space to the right of the shoes with whatever is on the dirt there, as opposed to centering the shoes?
I didn't want centerize. I want exactly 1/3, and then I want to shade to go. The shade is go like lines to go to these shoes.
Yeah, no, I like it. I was curious if you did that intentionally.
Yeah, I'm curious why you left that dark circle in the upper right, the shade circle. Yeah.
This is a dirt.
Yeah.
And do this is in the concrete, inside the concrete.
Yeah, that's a great.
Oh, it's dirty concrete. I see. It's like a liquid spill or something.
Picture taken late in the day?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a little bit like around 4 o'clock when the sun a little bit go down.
And what?
The sun was going down. It's giving me a long shadow.
What is an XH1? What kind of camera was this?
This is a Fuji XH1.
Okay, I'm not familiar with Fuji. This is beautiful. Yes.
This is a mirrorless camera with a 18 by 135 lenses.
Sharing about the memorial and that shadow is even gives it more. It's like the dragging and the pain and sorrow of it coming out just to me because of those shadows.
I agree with you. I agree with you. The backstory on this photo is what really makes the photo.
It has to be sorrow. It has to be moody. It has to show like it's something really happened over there. It's like a shadow from the legs of the people who wear these shoes. This is what I feel.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Have a shadow, a long shadow from the leg.
Yes. Yeah, you do feel that.
Yeah.
I don't know the room count, so I'm not sure if we have all votes in, but it's been up for 35 seconds. I'm gonna end and share. Received a 9.
Wow, yeah.
Very nice. Jay, I got up, and everybody, I'm sorry, I'll have to leave. I got up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm beat.
There's 7 more minutes to go. That's it.
I can go, I can last that long.
Okay, good night. We're gonna miss you.
No,
Watch the
if you only
recording.
have 7 more minutes to go, I'll wait.
So I'm gonna stop the share results and move on to the next photo. The next photo, Lloyd, please get ready.
Yep. Can I share my screen?
Ooh.
That's beautiful.
Okay, can I share my screen?
Not right now.
Oh, beautiful.
Not after I just told her 2 minutes, 7 minutes.
Okay, so I took this on a walk in O'Milvany Canyon, and it was 10 o'clock in the morning, bright sunlight. I had my birding lens on, so I had a 420 millimeter lens on my Olympus Micro Four Thirds. So it's a pretty long lens for this. These happened to be just along the trail, and they caught my eye as I was walking by, so I took the picture. When I got it home, I found that there was a fly. Let's see, I can do this.
Yeah, Lloyd, I'm gonna let you do the share later, just so you know.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I'll leave that alone. But I took it through Lightroom made some modifications there. I didn't like the fact that it was very noisy because I was shooting at 2,000th of a second. And so I put it through Topaz sharpener. And I didn't like the fact that the focus on the back of the flowers was a little soft, so I put it through Topaz sharpener. So I got the denoise and the de-sharpening in 2 separate runs.
Wow.
I then converted one of, I made a copy of the image, made it black and white, took it into Photoshop because I didn't like, I wanted to get a little bit more texture in the flower because it's real white and it was sort of blown out. So I made it black and white, I made it real contrasty, and I made it a multiply layer in Photoshop so that it would help to create a little more texture and drama. And then I then I danced around the room with joy because I was very happy.
Hey.
Yeah, you're entitled to the dance, absolutely. I'm going to launch the polling. Forgive me, Lloyd, if you feel it's a little bit early. I'm going to launch the polling.
All right.
And let's hope you jump for joy again.
Never had much luck with joys.
Yeah, you're going to jump for joy. I'm going to end the polling in a moment here. I need 2 more votes. Come on, people. Lloyd, you can vote for yourself.
Oh, really?
2 more people. 2 more people. Okay, I'm not waiting. They must be gone. I'm sharing the results.
Really?
Oh.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Because there's so many 9s and 8s. If they were combined, it would have made it.
Just don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if we could all talk about it, that would come up, like why that happened. But we're not
Okay,
allowed to
so-
really discuss.
Are you guys using a mean or a median? And you're
Are
counting?
using a
Explain it
mode.
again, Jay, about how the,
Don't
because
want
they
to
don't
hear
do
it.
that.
Do not want to hear it now. It is not the appropriate time. Call me controlling if you wish. It's not the appropriate time. Let's go to the next photo. No.
Maybe that was no. Nice.
Is Noel still in the room?
Well,
I'm here.
Thank
So so my entry for this month is a diptych.
Wow.
It's a pair.
So it's a pair, it's a diptych. So these are 2 photos that, although they're different, when you put them together, then there's a coherence and there's a story to it. And I titled the piece Under the Night Sky because basically what I wanted to share was that photography isn't just about taking photos. Photography is an experience. And everything that was part of the experience of taking the photo contributes to the photo. So the 2 things that we did that night was we camped and we had a shared passion. It was our photography that was a shared passion. So we enjoyed camping and we enjoyed our photography. So this is a shot of the Milky Way, and basically this is a high ISO shot.
Wow.
So to do something like this, you would need a camera that performs well in low light. And I would say any camera that was made in the last 4 years will probably be able to do it. And you also need a lens that had a wide aperture. Some say that a 2.8 is a minimum. I shot some of these shots at f3.5 and at f4. It just depends on how good your camera is in low light. If your camera is great in low light, you can close down your aperture a little bit for more depth of field. The tricky part of this shooting is getting focus. And so we illuminated the foreground to be able to get our focus. So this is easy because the foreground is illuminated. When you're shooting at a horizon, okay, and then the mountains are silhouetted and you almost have no foreground, then basically you're just going to set your lens to infinity. And that can be tricky with an autofocus lens because the infinity mark on an autofocus lens is not accurate. So at which point you'd have to take, several shots and try to get your focus correctly. And once you get your focus, then you set it to manual. Yeah.
What lens were you using, Noel?
I had an 18-35 full frame lens, and I was actually shooting at f3. That lens is a variable aperture, so I was shooting at either 3.5 or f4. One other thing which is very important, your shutter is limited when you're taking a Milky Way shot because you only really should not go over 20 seconds or your stars will start to streak.
That's good
That's
advice.
it.
The arch on the right almost looks like somebody's hands coming together.
Hey, it looks like the polar bear from the Coca-Cola commercials.
Oh,
This is the famous Mobius rock at the Alabama Hills.
Yeah.
Oh, you have
And
to go to Alabama? Ugh.
So, no.
And I was actually very happy because I've shot the Mobius rock a number of times, but I never shot it with the Milky Way. So this was a treat.
No, did
Beautiful.
you use a flashlight for the lighting?
No, I cannot take credit for the lighting because when we went to the Mobius Arc, which is a hike from the parking lot, there was a group of photographers doing a workshop and they had already illuminated the Mobius rock, which made our mission so much easier. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Received a 9. Noel, thank you for the share. That's awesome. You received a 9.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to stop the sharing here so you guys can see each other's faces. We do have a 10-minute member-led session. I hope we didn't lose too much of our audience.
Jay, did they mention there's a supermoon tonight?
Yes.
Come on
We were
in.
outside taking pictures.
Might as well.
Hey, Noel, one more
Button.
question.
Yes, sir.
So you have the foreground illuminated. So which white balance do you choose?
I am partial to tungsten because I want the sky to look blue. And that's a very good question. If you shoot raw, you can just do an auto balance and change your white balance in post. But I am partial to a tungsten white balance because I like the sky to look blue.
Okay, but they had already illuminated it, so they were using tungsten.
No, I used tungsten for my own white balance setting. Yeah.
No, I mean the light for the Mobius rock, they had already set it up.
Oh yeah,
So-
they had already, yes, the workshop group had already set the lighting up. Yes, yes, sir.
And,
No, the lighting was coming from a different direction.
Yeah, it's a little low, yeah, to the ground. Yeah. Mhm.
So were they using tungsten light to light that rock, or?
I'm not, I'm not sure. It looks like an OLED, an LED type of lighting because of the white coloration. If it was tungsten, it would probably be a little warmer,
Okay.
but I
Yeah,
could be
so-
wrong.
Yeah, because my profile picture on Facebook, we played around with that. My friend and I went to Disney Concert Hall, and
Jason,
so,
Jason,
oh yeah,
may I interrupt you that this is a meeting where I have someone who volunteered to do a member-led 10-minute learning session. It is now 8:15 and she would like to get started.
okay, yeah, no problem.
Can you
I'll,
save
yeah.
your Q&A for the end of the meeting when we have a group of people that are into the Q&A?
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Ellen Zuckerman will lead the 10-minute member-led learning session. The presentation tonight is on light painting. Ellen enjoys taking pictures of all types of subjects, but her favorites are wildlife and nature. She is a published, award-winning photographer who has been included in several group exhibits. She also had her own solo show titled Winged Wonders, which showcased some of her bird and butterfly photographs. Her next exhibit inclusion, set to open in August, is focused on photojournalism and street photography. She enjoys taking pictures of all types of subjects, but her favorites are wildlife and nature, and I think I just repeated myself. Let's welcome Ellen and listen quietly during her presentation There will be a Q&A afterwards.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Glad to have you.
So let me queue up my slideshow and then I will share my screen.
Sound check is really good, Ellen. Perfect sound.
All right. Okay, I have to screen share first. I'm sorry, I can't do both. So let me do that.
And while you're getting that going, can you answer one question came up in the chat? Where will you be showing your photos in August?
Oh, it is in Burbank. And once I confirm that the show is going to happen, because it's been pushed back a couple of times, I can certainly notify the group, and anybody that's interested can come and say hello.
Yes, we'd like to know. Are you able to share?
I am not.
Let
It's
me
disabled.
see if I'm not sharing.
It says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Okay, that's because I crashed before. So try it now.
All right.
Are you able? Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
My
Okay.
apologies. I crashed before, you know that, and all my presets went away.
All right. I'm gonna pause this just so I can introduce the topic.
Thank you, Ellen.
So I'm going to talk about light painting. And according to Wikipedia, light painting is a photographic technique of moving a light source while taking a long exposure photograph, or by moving the camera during exposure of light sources. And I'm going to kick this off and continue to talk as we go through these. So for light painting of this type, and for most light painting, it's really, really critical to have a tripod.
Start share.
Is it sharing? Is it going?
I think you're paused. I'm not positive.
Oh, it is going. Can you guys
You're
see?
sharing, but you're on your file manager.
What does that mean?
It means we're not seeing the big picture. We're seeing all your little thumbnails.
I have my slideshow going. I don't know,
You know
how.
what?
Okay. So this is good. Let's have you stop your share. Rewind your slideshow. Happens to me all the time. Rewind your slideshow.
All right.
And come back up on your share screen and select that depiction of the desktop's program that's running. So your slideshow will be depicted in your share screen. By the way, members, Ellen and I did not have time for a rehearsal. So here she goes. Way to go.
So can you see?
Yes, you are where you need to be. The only thing you might want to do different is make it full screen. Lower right-hand corner. Bingo.
There we go. Thank
There
you.
go.
Okay. So I talked about a tripod, a shutter release or remote, or a self-timer, and a light source. There are many different types of light sources. You can use a flashlight, a candle, matches, fireworks, sparklers, steel wool, glow sticks, or in the case of this part of the series, light tubes. So these are all ISO 800 is what I shot. My lens length was 65 and 70 millimeters. My f-stop was anywhere between 6.3 and 11. And these range from 10 seconds to 40 seconds.
Wow.
So these are all pieces that were, for lack of a better word, choreographed, where it was a predetermined path that the person with the light tube would take so that you would get the symmetrical patterns or the patterns that you saw in the previous slides. So it certainly takes practice to get everything timed and to get the lighting right and so forth. But it was really fun to see the finished product once the shutter was open and closed. So I really enjoyed this series. Now I'm going to move on to a different type of light painting. And these are all, the next set that you're going to see, these are all hula hoops.
Oh.
So there is typically one person, sometimes two, and they're using electronic hula hoops. And these are electronic hoops with internal lights that can be programmed to flash in different colors and patterns. And what's fun is that you don't know what the finished product is going to look like while you're shooting it. You just have to choose when to open and close the shutter and for how long, and you get what you get. So it's kind of fun because every picture is different, as you can see, and you can't really plan it out, especially when the patterns are changing and the colors are changing. You get what you get. So these are all shot anywhere between 500 and 800 ISO. These were with my 24-70 lens.
Wow.
These are all f/22. And these are all either 2 seconds or 3 seconds. In this case, there was one person with two hoops. This is still probably one person just doing all kinds of swirls and different patterns. As you can see, the lights and patterns change. And this is where you can see the feet at the bottom. She's got one hoop going around her knees, and then she's swirling another hoop. And then there are even people behind her doing their own patterns. And those just came out the way they came out. So these are pretty fun because you can see the different patterns that come up and the colors. And in post, I really didn't do a lot. I may have done a little bit of cropping, a little bit of black vignetting around the corners just to darken anything that wasn't the main subject. Maybe decrease the highlights a little so nothing is too hot, and just let those natural colors come out against the dark sky. So some of them certainly look much more freeform. And again, it's just a product of what's happening in that 2 or 3 second span of time. So when the person is moving, you're not going to necessarily see them, but when they're standing still, then you're more likely to see some or all of their body or their feet and or their arms.
I was going to ask, are they wearing dark clothes? Is that why you sometimes you see the feet, but you don't see them?
Well, so here's a really good example. So she was wearing relatively dark clothes, but you don't really see her arms because the arms are moving and everything else in this section is stationary. And then you can see her feet at the bottom. This happens to be one of my favorites with all the bright colors. I happen to really like that one. Now, so this set going forward, this was actually a different session. This was the first time that I had done this. And again, just really different patterns based on the movement of the people. And this was at Venice Beach. So you can see the lifeguard station and the ocean, and it's basically dusk is when they start doing their thing.
Fantastic. It looks like a musical note paper.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, to me, it's so fascinating, the shapes and the colors. And like this one looks a little more haphazard, but I just love the bright colors. And sometimes you might have 2 or 3 people moving around, so you'll get intersecting patterns and colors. And sometimes, you know, muted, sometimes it's one color. A little bit of craziness.
How cool is that?
Yeah, like something's coming out of the middle of it.
Yeah, it looks like you're looking up at an amusement ride or something spinning.
Right,
Or ET phone home.
right. And this was probably a bunch of people going all over the place.
So this is the every night norm at Venice, or you had your people there?
No, so for this particular set, they used to do it every Wednesday night at Venice. It's called Glow Flow, and it's a regular thing. But since the pandemic, they've not really been doing it. But the first set that I showed, they do a once monthly thing at a park in Santa Monica.
Okay.
So we just kind of follow this group around.
Well, if you go any night of the week down there, you can catch them setting their tents on fire, maybe doing a glow series from that.
Yeah, and they actually there's a Sunday
That
night
attempt
thing where they put lights on the bicycles. I forget exactly what it's called, but there's probably some of this going on as well as all the bikes lit up. So you know, always catch something good in Venice.
There's a lot of things you can catch in Venice.
Yeah, that's true as well. So be careful out there.
And these are great shots.
You don't need a camera to catch it.
Now that's why you wear a mask down there, even non-pandemic times.
Yeah, even gloves at this point.
Oh yeah.
And that is the end.
That's great. Beautiful shot.
Thank you very much.
Let's stop the share so we can all see each other's faces.
Ellen?
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
Thank you, Ellen.
when they
Great
do-
shots.
Thank you.
When
Great
they do it-
technique.
Very nice.
You make it look easy.
Just takes a little practice. But I gave
Ellen,
you,
you might-
all the rules now.
You
Thank you.
might have said, I didn't pick up on it. What kind of camera do you use?
Nikon D750.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Go ahead, Helene.
I wanted to know when they do this once a month thing, it seems like they were charging.
Yes. Yeah,
Are
it's
they-
$10.
Yeah, are they gonna go back to the Wednesday night Glow Flow when it's safe?
I believe so. I think that's the plan, but I think the reason they charge and you know, they have a super secret location just because they don't want to get inundated and they just want to be able to control it and not have too many people.
Okay.
But yeah, I hope that Wednesday night
Makes sense.
I have a quick question, this is Dorota, with regards to the width of the light. Is there a way that you can control that using your camera? So like whether something kind of in reality looks thin, but whilst you're taking a picture, you're able to make it kind of bigger and brighter?
I'm not sure I understand the question. Because
let me ask you a different way.
Okay.
So for example, sometimes when when you're doing like light exposure, like let's say there's a bus, you know, driving down the road, down the road, and sometimes, you know, what you see behind the trail, the light trail, right, appears to be a lot thicker than at other times. And that's why I was just wondering when, let's say, you know, in your work, whether you're actually able to control that.
I'm not even sure how to answer that. When I shoot this kind of stuff, I like to shoot really wide. because you don't necessarily know if that person's going to move a lot. And I want to make sure I get all of the trails in the frame. So I might shoot really wide and then I might crop it so that I can really focus on what the
Okay.
subject is.
Okay, I understand. Thank you very much.
Any other questions? Any other concerns over how light painting is done?
Can you hold my hand, Ellen, and take me out and show me how to do this?
I will take you. Yes.
Thanks.
Have you ever done the kind of light painting where you like take a flashlight and shine it on some rocks or trees and paint the image in that way?
I've done Milky Way and stars and had the light on the rocks in the foreground, but not necessarily like light painting to make patterns.
I was just like referring to like illuminating an object, you know, like there's a bunch of trees and you paint that, or like an old car or something, and you just take a flashlight and go back and forth over that to paint it in, something like that.
Yeah, that I haven't done. Actually, I think I have done trees as well. Again, just against the foreground of the stars and the night sky. But I would love to go out and do like painting an old car, and that kind of stuff. I just have not had that opportunity.
So I've done that before. So it's like when you're shooting the Milky Way and then illuminating the rocks, instead of having lights that can actually light up the entire rock, because it's a long exposure, you can paint the rock with a flashlight, and then it appears as though you illuminated it with like a bright light.
Right. So that I've done, but I've not done anything with like you create a pattern, you know, like you're writing something recognizable. But I've definitely done the illumination. So this would be just another fun exercise. You go out somewhere dark and a lot of trial and error. Definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So yeah, because you're painting the rock or painting the foreground. You're not creating a pattern. You're just creating the illusion that it's illuminated when you're actually just streaking a flashlight back and forth.
Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Ellen,
Yes.
why didn't you put some of those, remember that amusement, that little street fair?
Oh, the carnival?
Yeah, you should have added some of those. That would have.
You know what? I actually thought about that this morning, but I already had the slideshow done.
Oh.
So I just had it a little more dedicated to this type of light painting, but I actually thought about those shots this morning.
Yeah.
Because that would have been fun. That's, you know,
that was the cool.
along those lines.
That and the regular glow flow were some of my favorite times out.
Yeah, definitely want to get out and do more of that.
Okay, if that's the end of the Q&A for Ellen, great job, Ellen. Thank you so much for stepping up. Great presentation.
Thank you.
You did really well. I may have to ask you to do another one in July if nobody else volunteers.
Sure.
See, that's the attitude I love. All right, there was a question for Noel. And JJ was asking the question before, and I'd like to resume that. I think it would benefit everybody. And if anybody else has questions for Noel or for another member whose photo you saw, then by all means, let's use a little bit of this time to do so. And with that stated, I'm going to ask us all to wave goodbye so I could stop the recording.
Bye.
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 So the recording will stop.
Thank you. Bye-bye.